October 29th, 2012. The deadliest and most destructive hurricane of the 2012 Atlantic hurricane season hits the coast of New Jersey, leaving behind widespread devastation and destruction. Hurricane Sandy was the second costliest hurricane in United States history.
Walking around the streets, you were heartbroken because nobody lived there anymore. They were gone with the evacuation, but their belongings, their pictures, their golf clubs, their shoes, everything was out on the streets or in somebody else's yard.
What happened to this marina wasn't necessarily a flood that caused the damage, but 10 or 15 oceanfront houses, 1 block away from me, disintegrated and flowed down the street and crashed into the boats.
Just could not believe what we saw. It was just pure darkness, fires brewing all over the place, boats scattered everywhere, homes everywhere.
After Hurricane Sandy swept through the coastal regions of central New Jersey, CrowderGulf was awarded a competitively bid waterway debris removal contract by the New Jersey Department of Environmental Protection. The waterway contract was activated in January 2013 and continued until December 2013.
When CrowderGulf was awarded the bid, we met with them. They were the best people ever. They had an empathy for what we were going through. And, you know, we set a schedule. They did it. We couldn't believe it. You know, when you walk into a room, you get an immediate impression on whether people really care or they're here just for the money. And we could tell right from the get-go that they were here because they cared about it. They took pride in their work. They assured us that they would do it and do it correctly.
CrowderGulf did a phenomenal job. They utilized our properties. They took over Bayfront Park with our blessing, and they took over a third of our Ocean Beach parking lot, but that was for staging. And just right across the highway from the bay right onto the beach and back around again. It was a perfect symmetry to the route.
We're removing the sand that is washed in from Superstorm Sandy. That is storm-related sediment that's here. And the sand from here is we're digging it out with long stick excavators. From there, we're taking it over to a screener, screening it to get all any debris, trash out of it, and then returning the beach quality sand over to the Atlantic side.
The contract was a twofold process. First was the removal of debris in and around area waterways. Everything from household items and appliances to larger items like homes and cars. The second part was removal of over 1 million cubic yards of sand that had been washed from the oceanfront beach into the bays and canals. Part of this process included screening the sand and returning it to the beachfront.
We can't pump this stuff back up on the bank in people's yards and on the beaches because it just run everywhere and make a mess. So we got to clean it up with this, picking it out by mechanically like we're doing here, run it through screeners and clean it up, and then put it back on the beach.
We observed them mostly from the offloading because they were right by the Manilocan Bridge. They would bring their barges in and then offload to the trucks. We observed that it was absolute catastrophic damage to what they were pulling out of the waterway. And for them to know where everything was also another miraculous event. They found everything. I'm a boater, and in July of that year, I had no fear about going out.
To help with the massive cleanup effort, CrowderGulf utilized side-scan sonar to locate and remove submerged debris. This advanced technology can locate and target objects as large as a car and as small as a soda can. Crews performed side-scan sonar for both pre-removal and post-confirmation on over 55,000 acres of waterway bottom and on 208 different marinas. In addition, hydrographic surveying profiled an additional 548 acres of bottom to locate storm-related sediment for removal by mechanical dredging.
They're quick, they're responsible, they're clean, and they just get the job done.
It was answered prayers. I can't say anything more than that. It was answered prayers. And I still feel there's been a blessing here. I'll never forget CrowderGulf. I will never forget the work they did here.
In all, Crowder Gulf hauled and managed over 700,000 cubic yards of marine debris from the waterways of Monmouth and Ocean counties. Over 465,000 cubic yards of sand and silt were dredged from the bay areas, and 168,000 cubic yards of sand screened and returned to the beaches. Over 2,500 possible submerged debris targets were identified, and nearly 2,200 of those targets were removed and disposed. These items included 4 vehicles and 117 vessels. The total cost of this project was over $57 million.
Yeah, they were nonstop. That was one thing I noticed. They went around the clock. They worked 15-hour days, 7 days a week. They worked right up to holidays. They only took the holiday off. Yeah, they were efficient and productive, and they cleaned it up in a couple of months.
Everyone we met involved in this project from Crowder Gulf, they shared the same commitment that Mr. Young made that day. And it's been a privilege. It's been a real honor. And I will be forever grateful for the work they've done.
And to look around the shores, around our lake, it was incredible. I mean, that's behind me right now, and you know, it's cleaned up now by Crowder Gulf, who did a superb job. I mean, we couldn't thank them enough for being here.
I've had the privilege of meeting some of the best, and those are the people of Crowder Gulf that, for me, made a real difference in our community.
Local governments and communities continue to trust Crowder Gulf to respond with the knowledge and resources needed to recover from natural disasters. Crowder Gulf, decades of experience providing disaster recovery, debris removal, and coastal restoration services throughout the United States.